So, okay, you know a lot about the history of Tetris. And so when did it come out?
It was invented in 1985. It was not available for commercial release until, I've abandoned my challenge now. It wasn't released commercially until 1989.
Okay, now I guess I have a kind of a nerdish question. What's the history of home computing in the Soviet Union? Because the history of in the United States, originally computers are government-funded projects, and then it eventually gets marketed to companies, and then as a home units.
Okay.
And I could see how that would be similar. It would start out as similarly in the Soviet Union, but then there wouldn't be a
you couldn't sell computers. Okay, yeah, I see what your issue is there. Wow, I'm rusty. Holy
There's
cow.
no Commodore 64 in the Soviet Union.
That would be cool though. You could play like Russian Mario. I don't know. If only there was a channel devoted to learning about the history of games.
It's not us, is it? Shit.
It can be.
Okay.
Welcome back to Gaming Historian. Did you guys know Flappy Bird used to be called by a different name? I need to go watch that movie again. Princess Bride, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. See that giant sliver there? That makes me think
The first time you saw it was with us, wasn't it?
Yep. Like, what is the big deal about this fucking movie? And I guess it's cute, but like...
It's cute. It's a masterpiece.
Fuck, whatever.
Whatever. I'm gonna go watch the Blair Witch Project.
It's just the saltiest fucking shit. Oh, God. Guys, to use for toilet.
Okay.
No, don't.
Okay, now you're hitting yourself in the face.
Don't stop hitting yourself. Don't punch me in the face about that. Oh my God.
Okay. How dare you?
How dare you only like the good shit? I remember, God, the moment that I learned that people have differing tastes in movies.
That's wrong. No.
No, but there was we were taking a psychology class or something, and my psychology teacher, this is back in like early high school, they said, not psychology, but they said, here, let's watch this movie. It kind of has to do with mental illness, but I think it was just his excuse to watch a Bill Murray movie entitled What About Bob?
Oh, that's that's a movie.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh my God, it's so funny. And I think when the movie was over, one of the students had the gall to call him out and goes, really? That's a good one? It's really dry.
I think, yeah, I watched that at a health class too.
Yeah, it's not.
What the fuck why are schools showing that movie?
Because it's an excuse not to lesson plan, I guess.
Okay, kids, what are we gonna watch today? Looks like we're gonna watch Philadelphia. Gonna learn about AIDS. Okay.
Oh, I forgot that movie exists. It like, all I remember is that it was like parodied in an episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And
the
then
way you learn about things.
I was like, oh, it's a parody of Philadelphia. What is Philadelphia? Nobody talks about it. AIDS kids are.
Tom Hanks got fired.
Oh yeah, it's about the history. Okay, no, yep. Yeah, sure, but I don't want to go there. Where I do want to go is I know I've told this on the show before. We had extra time. It was a free day in U.S. geography, so they said, I don't want to do anything. You guys figure out what you want to do. And I got some best of Will Ferrell from SNL on a DVD back here. You want to watch that? And he goes, oh yeah, sure. So we put it on, and I went to school with a guy who loves SNL, and he's a big like movie buff, TV buff, and he said something to the effect, they started the cowbell sketch, and he's like, oh my God, this is the best sketch SNL's ever done. And close to the end of the thing, somebody was like, really? That's the best they've ever done?
Oh. Okay, now that makes me feel bad. Not that I'm praising the cowbell sketch, but just that those moments when you put yourself out there in front of people you love and respect and go, guys, seriously, this really is one of the greatest things. And it reminds me of that time. Remember when we watched Dustin's favorite movie?
Oh, Gattaca! That was awful.
Oh, I felt so bad. That movie was shit.
If you thought eugenics was good, sit down for the next 104 minutes. I got a thing for you.
And I felt like shit because I was as we're all berating it and laughing at it. We got Dustin in the corner going, oh, and smiling, and he's being a sport. You know,
he's being really cool. He's trying his best. He's taking it on the chin.
And I know that I've been there. I remember once we were watching with all the friends, all the college friends, and someone decided to put Blade Runner on. And I love Blade Runner, but that is not a movie you watch with drunk friends. It's slow.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm all serious. I'm like, guys, be quiet. This is the good part.
This is a good part. Oh my god.
But there are just certain movies you don't show to a group of your drunk friends, like, if you love it.
Here's the thing: the dustiest member on our movies we're gonna get around to eventually list is Schindler's List. Because you don't go home in the morning after dinner and say, let's watch Schindler's List. Which is a shame. Because if somebody said, hey, do you want to watch Requiem for a Dream again? I like that. Darren's my boy. Like, there's movies that are good, but you can't recommend them.
I don't think that would be a good idea to watch Requiem for a Dream with a bunch of drunk friends.
Guys, I have to show you this movie about the girl who cuts off her clitoris with a pair of scissors. All right, I'll grab the popcorn. Shit. Just for funsies, I'm not going to tell you the name of that movie, guys, because I want you guys to just think about it.
The internet doesn't know that movie?
Well, no, I want to trick you guys into Googling woman cuts off clitoris with scissors. It's really upsetting.
Okay, now I feel bad. I'm not going to say the name. I'm going to obey your wishes.
Thank you.
But the director of that film has many other great movies.
That don't involve genital mutilation.
And let's
list them.
No. Well, no, that would give it away.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, damn it.
You feel bad now, don't you?
Yes, because I want to recommend good movies.
I live off of human suffering. It fuels me.
Shit.
You know what's the worst part about that movie? Is I had a really fucking stupid thought in the middle of it. As that woman is cutting off her clitoris, it made me think, oh my god, women have feelings too. But in my brain, that's
what it takes for you to realize that?
No, shut up. When I hear genital mutilation, the only one I focus on is like me getting my dick cut off or something. I forgot that women can have boohoo zones down there too.
And then, the more you know.
It never occurred to me. Nobody cuts off their clit in a Goofy movie. So you're safe there. I want to go on like those watchdog websites which are just parental guidances for movies, and I want there to be like a checkmark box of whether or not this movie contains a scene.
Mutilation.
Clitoral. God, clitoral is a good word.
Okay. You remember when we were watching one of the Paranormal
Activity 2 in the muck, yes.
And
I was up my ass about the power of horror back right at that moment.
And this is another moment where I felt bad because there's moments in that where I really admire the filmmaking in that movie.
It's legitimately scary, but like nobody wants to be that guy, so they're like.
There's a bunch of laughing when we were watching.
If we don't engage emotionally, like it can't get us.
Yeah,
I want to be emotionally engaged. There's really scary shit in that movie.
Oh, horror movies have such a handicap.
This has become Johnny and Mikey's movie corner. We just turned on Tetris as an excuse to have Johnny and Mikey's movie corner.
Yeah, okay.
God, fucking Paranormal Activity is really good. Like 1 is good, 2 is like better or worse depending on who you ask.
I think I think the Paranormal movies are better than their reputation
precedes them.
Yeah.
There are a lot of scenes in 2 and 3. 3 is the one I'm thinking about specifically because it's got one of my all-time favorite scenes. Because it gets a lot of mileage out of that fan on the swivel. It goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Through the 80s. Through the 80s?
Is it the 90s? Or?
No, the third movie is in the 80s. It's a prequel.
Okay.
Not the 90s. Because in one of the scenes, they're talking about how weird the name Back to the Future is. And whether it's a badly named movie. And now I'm dying, and
the main character has the giant ass camcorder.
Yeah, and that's where some holes do pop up. They're like, how can you afford all these tapes? Are you switching them constantly? I don't want to CinemaSins you, but like, and you just turn your brain off. And
it's expensive. I feel bad because there's so many beepy boopy boppy games that you keep showing me. I just keep going.
In some ways, I'm a hypocrite because when somebody criticizes a movie I like, I'm like, can't you just shut your brain off and enjoy it?
Oh, I hate that response.
No, here's the thing is that
I hate it.
It's tough because I know that people don't like the Blair Witch Project, but that's one of the only movies I'll pull that defense out for. Can't you just enjoy, like, it doesn't make sense. Why are they in the wood? Like, shit like that.
It doesn't make any sense defense is not where I would start with the Blair Witch Project.
Well, I like it for the same reason that people hate it, which is a tough sell for a lot of people.
It seems like, okay, from the years I've known you, you seem to have an appreciation for kind of the premise.
Stick the landing.
The premise of them is, or the gimmick, or the...
Careful with that word.
I don't mean gimmick in a bad way.
I understand it. Okay, no, use gimmick. I like movies that use form to their advantage.
That's okay. Yes, you like a really well-crafted form.
I do. I really do. That's why I was so in. I don't want to suck like found footage's dick, but like that's why I like Chronicle because it.
And by form, we don't just mean like Johnny likes the well-made play. Now, that boring ass 3-act structure that they tell you about. And,
tight script.
Yeah,
like that kind of shit.
You seem to also like very innovative, eccentric form, but that nonetheless manages to be very tight and well put together.
I like things that only work in a certain form. So
and then when it sticks the landing, you're like,
well clap,
done.
Good shit. There are certain jokes. They only work visually, and like. I want to give you 2 examples. A child wants to go to a whorehouse, right? And somebody told me this joke in person. A little kid wants to go to he doesn't want to go to a whorehouse, but he passes one on the way to school every day. And this girl holds out a little crooky finger and goes, "Hey, little boy." And he just ignores her because he's got to do his boy studies. One day he decides, I'm gonna have my first sexual experience, and he goes in and he comes out and he says, why do they keep calling me that? Is that a dick joke? And he goes, come on. He goes, I don't like that. He goes, why? You don't hear me going, because she's got 5 dicks in her mouth. He didn't laugh. Okay, no, here's the thing, is that you people at home, you didn't see that. Like, you didn't see that, so the joke fell flat.
Okay, I have to admit that I kind of phased out halfway through what you were describing, and then you looked at me and went,
okay. Oh, clearly my fault. Great.
I'm sorry. I was looking at your fingers going,
okay. Here.
No, could you please say that again? What?
Yeah, my whole fucking thesis is gonna go to shit here, but
okay.
But the point is, compare that to a joke like, hey, how much is it to rent a church singing group? Don't you mean acquire? Fine. How much is it to acquire a church singing group? That shit, it scans well because you don't need a visual.
Yes.
So the other one, it works because of the idea of having just like 8 dicks in your mouth. That's the only reason it's funny.
Okay, how is this related to the...
Okay, back to movies.
I'm like trying to go, Johnny, you know how like you like 12 Angry Men because of the wonderful, efficient form of it? It's like when that joke with the girl with the 5 dicks in her mouth.
Okay, but no, the Blair Witch can't be a found footage movie. It gains. No, shut up.
It is.
It can't not be a found footage movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, I killed a lot of people just there.
Tell that to the sequels.
Tell that to the one sequel. Fuck you. But it gains so many things from being a found footage movie that it's like integral to your enjoyment. If this was a clean, polished one like 2016's Blair Witch Project, Adam, I'm looking at you. That might have been Ty West. That only works, like, if it's cleaned up, it just doesn't have the same appeal. Even though it's found footage, it's much nicer looking and friendly, and it loses the charm.
So, there's a... I didn't know that there was a... there's a wave of criticism on the Blair Witch Project that goes, this movie would be much better if it wasn't found footage.
Oh fuck no! I don't think anybody says that, but that's a dumb
That's
criticism.
like saying that'd be like saying this movie would be so much better if it wasn't this movie.
Well, I mean, okay, so there's valid criticism like Napoleon Dynamite would be way better if it was a TV show, something to that effect. And then boom, like 9 years later, they got a TV show for it. Only lasted for 6 episodes, but it was there. Who's shooting at me? Who's shooting at me? Like, who's texting me? Thank you for not interrupting my fun. Who's texting me?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. It tickled me equating who's texting me to who's shooting at me. I think it's part of my anxiety that like I have to laugh at small things because I enjoy the relief from laughter so much that the little things tickle me. Like when I'm like I'm in the store and I'm like, oh, where's the sour cream? Oh, it's right there next to the butter. Silly me.
I am rarely in situations where I have to worry about when like I have to force myself to laugh or think about laugh because I'm a giggly bitch and laughter will come.
So you've never had to go ha 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 ha. I don't think you've ever fake laughed in your life.
In awkward situations with groups of people people that you've never met.
Yeah, where you have to pretend that was a funny joke. Boink.
Or talking to truckers at the hotel I work at.
Yeah, but we haven't. I don't want to tell that. The short story is Mike had one of the truckers come into his thing and call Michelle Obama something mean. I forget the exact terminology.
Transsexual gorilla.
Oh yeah, I forgot transsexual.
Yeah. Try having small talk with that guy.
How long has he been prepping that insult? Because all he did was stack 2 words together.
It was just kind of threw it out there.
Yep. You'll really enjoy this. So there was a far right newspaper, a Spanish newspaper, who made a political cartoon talking. It was a picture of the proud people of this country going to war against all the things that are bad in the world, like LGBTQ, communism, anti-capitalism, lack of education, that shit. And it was them going. It was the people on the country side with sticks and spears. They were running at people that had shields, and the shields had different images representing the different things. So like communism was like the Russian flag or the hammer and sickle or something. And they go down the line, and their symbol for anti-LGBTQ is a cartoon drawing of a rainbow ghost. And it backfired because all of the gays are like, oh my fucking god, that is the cutest thing I have ever seen. So if you go online, you can Google gayspur.
Gayspur.
It's just, we meant to insult you, and they're like, we're keeping it. And now it's like this de facto gay rights symbol.
Good for them. They have a really good history of doing that. We're like
of just taking things.
Like, are you gonna insult us? Go take it right back.
Well, guys, I think it's been a good time here. 30 minutes is long enough to listen to us do this, so come back next time for more well-structured, not pornographic, maybe movie-related situations, and
It'll be like clockwork.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for something else.